my gift to the Playa is to be able to provide a place, a venue, if you will, for people that make their own small art to be able to have a place to display it. And that's the important part to me because, the board is primarily focused on the large art, but there's no real place out here for the small art. And everybody can afford to make small art. And it's either patches or stickers or pendants or scarves or hats or whatever. And what I like about that is that it's my gift back to the Playa so that people, because it is about the art, but it's about the people that behind the art and their story and what they want to do and what they want to make and that kind of stuff. And I provide a place for them to be able to donate into here and be able to, people love to see their stuff on display. And so that's kind of the basis behind the Playa Artifacts Museum, AKA House of Swag. And I've been doing it for 5 years now. And sadly, we got washed out quite a bit this week, but we got a few days in to.
What happened when you arrived?
Oh my gosh. Well, we set the whole tent up.
This large
And
tent?
yeah, this large tent, which was 1,000 square foot tent. And the first night, Saturday night, we had 65 or 70 or 75 mile an hour winds. And it literally, I was inside here trying to get stuff set up, and the whole tent moved 6 feet in seconds. And the other tent we have behind us, that entire 3 sections, so that tent is 500 square feet, and it moved 100 feet. So, and so we lost a whole section on that, and we lost a section on this. And so we went down, almost 200 square feet. It's a smaller, but we finally, after days of rain and wind, we finally got it set up a couple days ago. We had to replace all the tarps and replace, not replace, but at least remove all the broken legs and stuff. I'll try and get them fixed later.
Well, what does Burning Man mean to you?
A Boy Scout camp for adults. Yeah, so that's about it. I mean, I've been coming out here now 16 years, and I've seen a lot of it. You'll never see all of it, no matter what you do. I'd love to be able to ride out there more, but this is my niche market. Not market, but a thing that I can do to give back to the Playa, if you will.
Well, you've become quite the character for people to visit here on the Playa, and I guess you see them year after year.
A lot of people I know, people all over the Playa, and I make things for people all over the Playa, and I've been doing that for 15 years now, kind of thing. And really, the bottom line is that in my first year was 2007, 2008. We just sat on a corner. We didn't know what we were going to do. And I was going stir crazy at home, and so I got a laser engraver, and that was back in 2009. And I just started playing with it, and it became my post-retirement hobby, if you will. And so in 2010, I actually brought out my first 500 pendants of the image of Lake Tahoe with a Burning Man in it. And at that point, I gave 500 pendants away, and people loved them. I've actually had some same ones gifted back to me even. And in 2010, I joined this camp, I'll call it the Lazy Ass Friends, but it's really the Lazy Affers, and then I had the laser, and I did that, and I started just making things for people over the years. And I decided to put up a piece of art in center camp and of my laser work, and this lovely lady named Karen Christians saw my art, and she says, I wanted to publish you as one of the 40 makers in the Jewelry Burning Man, but Jewelry of Burning Man. It's still available even to purchase. Book that I'm authoring, and we have Kristen, otherwise known as Lady B, as her whole collection. And then George Post was the photographer, principal photographer. And so that book was published in 2015. At that point, every year we would get together as a maker's reception, and just like a reunion every year, if you will. That just turned into, Lady B found us all these venues of being able to put our art in different museums all over the place. Well, the apex of that was in 2018. We all flew back to Washington D.C. and we had all of our art on display at the Renwick Museum, Smithsonian, for 6 months. And that was 2018, I'm going, why don't we have a museum of sorts out here on the playa? Because I was in 6 or 7 museum venues all over the country, and so I started this in 2019, and it changes from year to year depending, and I want to have a place for the average person to be able to display their art on display, and you never know what's going to come of it. And now, even this year, is a brand new thing we're doing. Art that is donated into the museum here. We put a raffle ticket on and get their information, and that information then will go to Paul DeLanthier, and he has a website called playamakers.com, and that way, that little raffle ticket, I have some information, and then we raffle off prizes based on that number. There'll be a drawing and stuff multiple times over the next couple of days, and they come in and pick up a prize and maybe they win something, maybe not, I don't know. But I thought that was an easy way of being able to document more of the swag that we get in here, of the patches and pins and stuff.
Swag mean?
Oh, swag. Well, something we all get. And that's always one of those fun little acronyms, if you will. So, yeah, we just have fun with it. I mean, there's an acronym for everything, it seems like these days. So,
gifting and art are a big deal here. You create an opportunity for people to do both with their art.
Right, and that's the whole thing. Is one of the important factors of this is number one, gifting, and gifting is very important. You don't have to gift stuff. You can give your time. You can give, maybe your opinion or whatever if you're asked for it. You can gift anything you want. I mean, that's what it is. There's 10 principles to Burning Man, and the second principle is gifting, and that might mean helping other people. Okay, if someone's in trouble or in need, help them out. That's your gift in time or whatever, and that's more important really than a lot of things. But swag or gifts or things like this that people like to make, it's a lot of fun because it tends to be an icebreaker, and it's a way to make friends. It's a commonality, if you will. So I like to do that, but I like to incorporate as many other principles as possible. Another one is immediacy. So one of the most important things to me, in addition to gifting, is to anything that comes into our museum, we want to put it on display immediately. And so over the course of the week, we have a huge table in here of everything that anybody that donated into here for 2025. And all the other displays are things that I create over the months and years to also show the history of Burning Man. My oldest piece was, we found a scrapbook from 1998, and it was going to be tossed in the trash. And I was able to rescue it, and I made displays out of it. So what I like about that is that, it's like anything else. If you don't learn from history, you're bound to repeat it, good or bad. And good's not bad, but on the other hand, people need to know about the program they're in. They need to know about the history of what they're attending. And so we try a whole lot to help people understand the culture and nature of Burning Man.
If you were to give advice to somebody that wants to do some artifact to give away, but they don't know where to start, how would you direct them?
Well, actually, there's a lot of maker spaces all over the playa these days, and like someone can go in and maybe learn how to make cutout pieces or something. Use a laser engraver. That's what I did. But I self-taught myself, and I had to learn a program and do it. And it wasn't an overnight thing. I had a lot of determination, but I did that like 15 years ago. And I still use the same laser cutter today, and I make things for camps all over the playa. This year I made a very special pendant for greeters. Not well, greeters I did, but for the build crew that built the temple this year. And then I did a whole bunch of little tiny charm pendants for greeters as well with their new logo that they're using. So, but people contact me all the time on how to, they want to do something special. Now, laser engravers aren't so uncommon anymore, not like 15 years ago. A lot of people get hobby lasers and will make things like that. And, it's a nice hobby and a process and stuff like that. But then, stickers, people can contact sticker companies and get their own stickers made, and those are pretty easy to get done. But it's their design kind of thing. And then we do patches as well, and then other things. So.
What are some of the patches, stickers?
Patches, stickers, I laser cut pendants. I do. In fact, let me reach right over here to the table, and no, just stay right there because I'm just going to pick it right up. And this is a little bit of what I did years ago, and basically, this is some of the different crazy things that I did all kinds of years ago. In fact, some of these are kinetic, and I'm going to show you something very simple here, in that if I hold this up and you move it, it puts out an interference pattern. So it's kind of cool. So this is written up in the Jewelry of Burning Man book, which is still out there on Amazon. Actually, here's another one that's moving. See, so kinetic things that move. So that's one. And then in 2016, we had the theme that year was Vitruvian Man, and Vitruvian Man was. It never really did work, but every pendant that I made actually worked just fine and still moves. And so there's that stuff. And then the actual piece I had in the Smithsonian is what's called a planetary gear system. And so I love to make kinetic things that move. And I want to work more on that this year. So. But these are different things. A good friend of mine, his name is Emoji Man. So, he rotates this to put in different faces for moods or whatever during the day. And then here's another one that's actually a puzzle, and these little puzzles will fall apart. They actually work. So these are things that I've invented or created or whatever over the years, and. This is made out of paint cards from Walmart or something. I don't remember, but there's 10 layers of paper in there. So, so these are just a sampling of the many thousands and thousands of different designs I've done over the many years.
So there's certain things that are in common, like the shape of the playa, the shape of the man.
Correct. So the shape of the playa is more or less a horseshoe shape, but it's in the shape of the hands of a clock. And then there's concentric circles that represent the concentric roads within it. It makes it very easy for anybody to memorize the map instantly. So it's all based on half hours. So 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And then from inner to outer, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so that makes for newbies, anybody that's brand new out here to understand, oh, I'm over at this camp and it's located at, say, 515 and G, okay? And so we can zero in on that, and I can at least get a bearing to go visit somebody in another camp.
When someone comes here, what do you suggest they do? Camp by themselves, find a group of people?
I really camped by myself the first 2 years because we really didn't know a whole lot about what we were going to end up doing. And then I finally found a camp that kind of fit my personality, and I've actually been with them ever since. So I joined the Laugh Camp in 2010, and here it is 15 years later. So I really like, what you develop very strong friendships within a camp system. And I like that because, you know, it continues off Playa. It continues year round, and I stay in touch. We all stay in touch with each other all year round, and it's become a really important aspect of the camp as far as making the friendships. Just like the swag. The swag is nothing but an icebreaker to turn a stranger into a friend.
Tod, do you want to give a contact info like email or anything?
Well, you can reach me at Tod L. Johnson. That's Tod, L as in land, Johnson, all one word, Tod L. Johnson at Yahoo. Or you can reach me on Messenger at Tod Johnson. And my avatar is Gumby and Pokey, you know, from the old days. And yeah, that's the best way to reach out to me, I think.
Any last things you want to say to people watching this video?
I'll tell you what, I think that everybody should visit Burning Man. It might not be for you, but it's a life-changing experience. A lot of people ask me, oh, well, what's Burning Man like? And I says, I really can't tell you because it's your experience. But it is truly the experience of being able to experience life, because life is nothing but a journey. And you know, I wake up every day and I say, thank you, Lord, for another day, because he's the one that gifted that to me. How can I be a blessing? Let me be a blessing to others today. And that's my morning prayer, if you will. So, and you know, we're nothing on this planet is so small anymore, but we're nothing but spiritual beings having a human experience. We're not human beings having a spiritual experience. And one last thing I'd love to share with you is, you know, I woke up, it was impressed on me for 3 nights in a row, years and years ago. It was like, practice love on earth to live love in heaven.
That's good.
So that's what I'd love to leave you as a message, and I love the people of Burning Man.
Well, thanks, Tod.
Take care. Thank you very much.
Anyway, she came with the blues, and it was like an open bar, and people could sit there at the table. She was flipping through, telling the story, and she had invited another two. So the book was published during the year from 14 to 15. We still get together every year as a makers reception, and there's other people that are invited into this reception. But here, Karen Christian's her last year here is now, and she's the actually teaching classes. She's the one that authored this book. And she's
No problem.
Booze Cruise at 8C right now teaching classes. Now, and so I mean, you're always so busy, but so there's Lady B, Karen Christian's the principal author, and George Post is personal friends of me. I mean, he did all the photography. I know, I love it. Why? I went to his house in Oakland. He actually gave me the book, and I haven't. Yeah. So I mean, I've been tied in. I've got 16 years now, and I'm tied in with him. I got post retirement. I got blessed because I started making. I got a laser. I was on stir crazy. I was scared to get my mom, and I wanted to do something to keep this up. I've been in Boy Scouts for 50 years, so I make big badges and stuff for them all the time. And then my other niche was making stuff. I live in the Tom, make stuff for my dogs and stuff. And this was very good stuff here. And my stuff's all viral. And then that board, that's the board, is actually and so I went down to
Excuse me. Sorry. If you don't mind, I'm going to just move this way. Thank you.
don't mind, I'm gonna keep walking this way.
I want to know how to make this process. I mean, I have one lenticular pendant, and I want to be able to make these out there. So I can do yeah. Is there? Oh, good.
And how to do it.
By hand. And that's, I mean, I would love to give out pendants to do all this kind of stuff. So that's. Well, all you have to do is just take a picture of this. That's the whole way easy to get. I'm going to show you exactly how to do So I came up with this idea, see, so they're covered in plastic. Yeah, they'll be in Ziplocs, but this is a hard thing that I actually wire these things, and they can't move. And so, see, that'll fit right in there, and I want to put, you know, I want to have your name and everything at the top. So that's the kind of thing that. So I just started this, okay? So this one lady just brought her whole display over here, so we threw the Ziploc. And then I have these little alligator clips, and they'll be able to hang. I mean, it's taking time to figure out the best. Yeah, it's because you got playa dust and all that
Especially
stuff.
with this, it has to be lit correctly at night. It's weird, you know.
Yeah, and we can do that. I've got lighting stuff. Yeah, where can I put this?
Excuse me.
Later today, I will find. I have plastic bags because I want to put it on display now. Oh yeah. I love the magic. I had to set it up. People couldn't wait any longer. So
It was over there.
Yeah.
Okay, I said.
so either come in here and do it, or take everything over. I need this table here.
Okay.
So yeah, we've been. Because I love that. I love those. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see a double figure.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm really good
you
at
should
it
see
when
a
I'm
double
so.
figure once you
Yeah,
get that one.
This was.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
Larry Harvey and the.
No, I want to see. I'll mount these too in here. No, all this will be.
This one be like
Yeah. So I.
Oh no, this one takes.
the stereo. Oh, viewer.
Too wide.
I have those at home. Those stereo projectors from 100 years ago.
Yeah.
In fact, what I'll do is I'll create a card out of this and I'll bring the stereo.
That's what it was made for.
Right.
Exactly
No,
the size
I have
of
all the old. I
stereo
mean,
card.
this is history that people don't understand this because
Well, this actually, so there was an art parlor.
right.
No, we're gonna open up.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
You want me to carry some of this over?
They would introduce people, and people could do whatever they want.
I actually have a 3D camera. Yeah, it takes a double picture. And in fact, well, I gave it to my son, but I know he's a photographer, but I know I can get it back. But no, and because I have a professional
All right,
photographer.
so this is cross-eyed, this is not cross-eyed.
Okay.
These are two that are
Stereo. Okay.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yes.
Remember, you can still frame any of these and print them out, and that's how you can get a still shot of any of this
Well,
stuff.
she didn't share with me. Now she's moved out of the city. She's up in Petaluma now.
Oh, really?
In fact, I have a standing invitation to go down there all the time. No, this is fine. Now, can I put that in here?
Yeah, here. Do you want the cardboard? He has the lenticular.
No, did I not? Oh, I didn't.
I don't think you had the lenticular.